Hulk vs. Solomon Grundy, Monsters Unleashed. The screen ignites with a high-octane montage. The Hulk, brimming with gamma-induced fury, thunders across a battlefield, each footstep causing seismic tremors. Meanwhile, Solomon Grundy rises from the murky depths of Slaughter Swamp, his alabaster form looming ominously against a blood-red moon. Energy crackles, buildings crumble, and shockwaves ripple as these behemoths unleash their might. Ladies and gentlemen, comic aficionados and scholars of the superhuman, welcome to an electrifying exploration of power, immortality, and sheer brute force. Tonight, we pit two of the most formidable monsters in comic book lore against each other. Marvel's unstoppable Hulk and DC's undead juggernaut, Solomon Grundy. In a clash where rage confronts resurrection, who truly holds the upper hand? Let's dive deep into this epic confrontation. Prepare yourselves for an analytical journey where myth meets might, and legends collide. In a battle of such colossal proportions, only one question remains. Who would emerge victorious when these titans unleash their full potential? Chapter 1. The Incredible Hulk. Born from the cataclysmic energies of a gamma bomb, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner's fate was sealed during that fateful test at Desert Base, New Mexico. Attempting to save young Rick Jones, Banner absorbed an unprecedented dose of gamma radiation at precisely 1:04 p.m., transforming him into the Hulk, the living embodiment of his repressed emotions and unbridled anger. This wasn't merely a physical change, it was a profound alteration at the cellular level, rewriting his DNA and linking his transformations to his emotional state. Banner's struggle is as psychological as it is physical. His dissociative identity disorder manifests in various Hulk personas: Savage Hulk, Grey Hulk, Joe Fixit, Professor Hulk, and even the Devil Hulk, each with distinct intellects and abilities. This complexity adds layers to his character, making him not just a monster but a tragic hero battling his inner demons. Powers and abilities. The Hulk's strength is theoretically limitless, directly proportional to his emotional state, especially anger. In World War Hulk, 2007, he overpowered the combined efforts of Earth's mightiest heroes. In The Incredible Hulk 126 feet, he withstood and lifted a 150 billion-ton mountain range during the Secret Wars, a feat that showcases his Herculean capabilities. His healing factor rivals, if not surpasses, that of Wolverine's. The Hulk has regenerated tissue and organs within moments, surviving nuclear explosions and even reconstituting his body after being reduced to skeletal form. As seen in The Incredible Hulk number 398. The unique aspect of his physiology is that stress and adrenaline surges exponentially increase his strength. The madder he gets, the stronger he becomes, a feedback loop of power escalation. In Hulk. The End, the Hulk survives in a post-apocalyptic world purely fueled by his rage against isolation and the very concept of death itself. Notable feats. He has gone toe-to-toe with cosmic entities. In Hulk vs. Galactus, his strength was sufficient to gain the attention of the World Devourer himself. In the Fear Itself storyline, he becomes Newell, Breaker of Worlds, further amplifying his already immense power with Asgardian magic. Defeated the X-Men, the Avengers, and the Fantastic Four simultaneously during the World War Hulk saga, demonstrating not just strength but tactical prowess. Chapter 2. The Menace of Solomon Grundy. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. The haunting nursery rhyme encapsulates the cyclical nature of this undead behemoth. Originally Cyrus Gold, a wealthy merchant in the 19th century Gotham, he was murdered and dumped in Slaughter Swamp. Over 50 years later, the mystical properties of the swamp reanimated him as a revenant, a swamp elemental devoid of memory and driven by primal instincts. Grundy's resurrections are not mere revivals but complete rebirths, each with varying levels of strength, intellect, and even morality. This is due to the Parliament of Trees and the elemental forces within the DC universe, tying him to the very fabric of nature's cycle of death and rebirth. Powers and abilities. Grundy's strength is consistently depicted as on par with heavy hitters like Superman and Martian Manhunter. In Infinity Inc. 50 feet, he punched through dimensions, showcasing strength that transcends physical space. He cannot die in any conventional sense. Each death leads to a resurrection, often with increased power or altered abilities. In Justice League America 46 feet, even disintegration couldn't prevent his return. His immortality is linked to the mystical energy of the swamp and, by extension, the Earth's life force. Grundy's body is composed of plant matter and mystical energies, granting him resistance to physical and energy attacks. Magic, which often bypasses physical defenses, has inconsistent effects on him due to his own mystical origins. In Green Lantern Corps Quarterly 2 feet, he withstood direct hits from Alan Scott's magic-based constructs. Notable feats: battled Superman to a standstill on multiple occasions, notably in Superman Annual 11 feet, where his raw power matched the Man of Steel's. Overpowered Wonder Woman in Wonder Woman 160 feet, demonstrating not just strength but combat adaptability. In Infinite Crisis, he survived the destruction of multiple Earths, hinting at a cosmic-level resilience. Chapter 3: Strengths and Weaknesses. Both Hulk and Grundy possess strength that can shake worlds, but let's delve into specifics. The Hulk's strength is theoretically infinite, tied to his emotional state. In Hulk 126 feet, he supported a celestial weight, a feat quantified at 150 billion tons. Grundy, while immensely strong, has displayed limits based on his incarnation. His strongest forms can match Superman, who is known to bench press the Earth's weight, approximately 5.972 times 10 to the 24 kilograms, when necessary. From a numbers perspective, Hulk's potential to exceed previously established limits gives him a theoretical edge. However, Grundy's consistent ability to match top-tier heroes cannot be discounted. It's a classic case of infinite potential versus consistent maximum output. Regeneration and immortality. Hulk's healing factor allows cellular regeneration at an accelerated rate. In Marvel Zombies, he regenerated from skeletal remains. Grundy's immortality isn't healing but rebirth. After being destroyed, he re-emerges from Slaughter Swamp, sometimes stronger. This cyclic immortality could outlast Hulk's endurance in a prolonged conflict. However, Hulk's adaptability and survival instincts often push him to new heights to overcome such challenges. The Hulk's intelligence varies. As Savage Hulk, his intellect is childlike. However, personas like Professor Hulk or Doc Green retain Banner's genius-level intellect, enabling strategic combat. Grundy is typically portrayed with limited intelligence, operating on brute force. Yet, certain resurrections have granted him higher intellect, such as in Starman 33 feet, where he exhibited cunning behavior. Hulk's experience with teams like the Avengers and the Defenders has honed his combat tactics. He has battled a diverse range of opponents, from street-level fighters to cosmic entities. Grundy's confrontations are more straightforward, relying on overwhelming strength. His battles against the Justice League demonstrate his ability to handle multiple opponents but often lack strategic depth. Chapter 4: The Battle Scenario. Visualize a vast, desolate cityscape, a fusion of Marvel's New York and DC's Gotham, abandoned, with skyscrapers piercing the stormy sky. Thunder rumbles as lightning illuminates the silhouettes of our combatants. The environment is rich with infrastructure ripe for destruction, providing both obstacles and weapons. The air crackles with tension as Hulk, eyes gleaming with gamma energy, faces off against Solomon Grundy, whose undead form exudes an eerie glow. Without warning, Grundy charges, the ground shattering beneath his feet. Hulk meets him head-on, their fists colliding with the force of a nuclear explosion. Shockwaves ripple outward, pulverizing nearby buildings. Hulk uses a combination of raw power and tactical strikes, aiming for pressure points, a nod to his time as World-Breaker Hulk when he demonstrated precise control over his strength. Grundy responds with relentless assaults, his endurance allowing him to absorb damage without slowing. As the battle intensifies, Grundy taps into the mystical energies of the Earth, momentarily overwhelming Hulk with a burst of elemental force. Hulk, sensing the escalation, allows himself to reach a new level of rage, transforming into the World-Breaker Hulk. His steps now crack the Earth's crust, releasing magma flows. Grundy, affected by the Earth's destabilization, weakens slightly, his connection to the swamp disrupted. Hulk seizes this moment, delivering a gamma-charged thunderclap that disorients Grundy. However, Grundy's immortality kicks in, and he begins to adapt, his strength increasing in response. In a battle where neither opponent can be permanently subdued, the confrontation reaches a stalemate. Hulk's strength continues to grow, but Grundy's immortality negates any lasting damage. The environment around them is decimated, and the Earth's integrity is at risk. Considering these factors, it's plausible to theorize that the battle would evolve beyond physical prowess into a test of strategic exploitation of weaknesses. Hulk might attempt to contain Grundy, perhaps by removing him from the source of his resurrections. Alternatively, Grundy could outlast Hulk if the latter reverts to Banner due to exhaustion, a rare but possible event. Chapter 5. Expert Opinions. Peter David, a longtime Hulk writer, once remarked that the Hulk's greatest enemy is not any external foe but his internal struggle. This suggests that in any battle, the Hulk's potential is limitless as long as his psyche supports it. On the other hand, Jeff Johns, who penned several Grundy arcs, highlighted Grundy's role as an elemental force of nature, unstoppable, inevitable. He represents death and rebirth, a cycle that cannot be broken. Fan theories. Among expert circles, debates often center around the metaphysical aspects of Grundy's immortality versus Hulk's adaptability. Some posit that Hulk could, in theory, find a way to disrupt the magical energies sustaining Grundy, perhaps by enlisting the help of sorcerers like Doctor Strange. Others argue that Grundy's simplistic nature could be his downfall against a Hulk operating with Banner's intellect. Analyzing their comic histories, we observe that Hulk has overcome foes with immortality and mystical powers, such as the immortal Hercules and entities from the Dark Dimension. Grundy has battled and sometimes defeated heroes with abilities similar to Hulk's, like Superman. The key differences lie in their adaptability and the versatility of their powers. Conclusion. We've dissected the origins, powers, and notable feats of both the Hulk and Solomon Grundy. Hulk's virtually unlimited strength and regeneration are matched by Grundy's immortality and elemental connections. Both exhibit a level of raw power that can alter the course of worlds. In a theoretical crossover, this battle would not only be a spectacle of might but also a profound exploration of what it means to be a monster. A being set apart from humanity, grappling with existence. Such a clash would challenge not just the characters but the very universes they inhabit. Moreover, this confrontation symbolizes the perpetual struggle between rage and resurrection, chaos and the cyclical nature of life and death. It's a narrative rich with thematic depth, perfect for an expert audience to ponder. Now, we turn the question to you, our fellow comic scholars and enthusiasts. Who do you think would triumph in this titanic showdown, and what strategies would they employ? Share your insights and let's delve deeper into this discussion. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the realms of Marvel and DC's most formidable giants. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe for more in-depth explorations of your favorite characters and battles. Until next time, keep pondering the limitless possibilities of the multiverse.